Iba. So you pronounce the Y as E?
It's E. Remember, what was it? CBS, EMAS.
Oh, EMAS and more. Oh, CBS and more. Oh, okay. EMAS. SpaceX today. You know, SpaceX today.
Grayson. Can't go over. Roll over here.
Like right now, I'm getting like right here.
Okay. I thought it was the former Roger last year. Clayton Kershaw. It's the water for me. No. Huh? No, I know.
Keep walking down.
大家是来不着急，当你的3点已经带上，我会提醒大家什么时候需要将眼镜带上。
Oh, fuck.
Or do you want to sit on the right side?
The right side.
Hello, 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 you all, and welcome aboard the Universal Studios Tour. My name is Warren. I will be your tour guide today, taking you through over 100 years of movie and TV history. We have a lot of ground to cover today, everyone. We're going to be hitting the road here pretty soon. But first, I just need to make sure that everyone has a pair of those 3D glasses. You're going to need those bad boys for a certain part of our tour here today. So if you are still in need of a pair, go ahead and shoot your hand up nice and high in the air. Wave it like you need a pair of glasses. One of our studio tour ambassadors will be right over with those for you. We're going to be together for about the next 45 minutes to an hour or so get nice and comfortable. If we have anyone whose feet that don't touch the ground just yet, we want to place them towards the center of the tram and away from the tram gates here just to ensure their safety. But take a look over here towards your right, you all. Taking the beautiful view of the San Fernando Valley. What a lovely day. It's very clear today. You can see right across. And then down below there is our studio lot, though. That is over 400 acres of territory that we're going to be venturing through. And there is so much to see out there. So many TV shows that are doing their filming lately. The Voice is gearing gearing up for their 29th season. They film out on sound stages 30 and 31. Reba McEntire films her sitcom right next door. And there's also another door comedy that's been filming on our lot. It's called The Paper. It's a spin-off of The Office, streaming on Peacock. Check it out.
We sell products made out of paper, toilet tissue, and local newspapers. That is in order of quality.
My name is Ned Sampson. I am your new editor-in-chief.
Have you read this paper?
Uh-huh. It sucks. But we are going to make it better. I hope it's not too disruptive to have me shake everything up.
Don't be so sad that they do.
God, not again.
Here is a fun fact for everyone though. Did you know that we are actually on board an electric tram? There's no loud engine here in car one. It's going to make it hard to hear. It's going to be a nice, smooth, silent ride. We're actually building a charge as we're sitting here right now. So I'm here to tell you a bit more about Universal Going Green. It's today's show co-host and weather anchor, Al Roker.
I'm proud to announce that Universal Studios Hollywood is converting the world-famous studio tour trams to become electric vehicles. As these trams roll out, guests will be experiencing all the movie-making action propelled by the latest energy-efficient technology. Now, this is just one example of NBC Universal's and Comcast commitment to becoming carbon neutral by 2035, helping us all take another step toward reducing our carbon footprint. So, welcome aboard for an awesome experience that's also awesome for the environment.
Oh yeah. They're closing those tram gates here, you all. Just make sure you're washing all arms and legs as those are coming down, and we'll be hitting the road here pretty soon. Well, it is time to get this show on the road. As we're pulling away here, do me a favor, take a look over there towards your left and wave goodbye to those lovely people you see there. Tell them, bye guys, we'll see you later, we'll miss you so much. Okay, bye, bye, bye. You're never gonna see them again. Alright, so if you just joined us, hello, my name is Warren. I am your tour guide. You're stuck with me for about the next 45 minutes to an hour or so. And then I have to introduce probably the most important person aboard the tram here today, you all. Our driver, his name is Dean. He's behind the wheel. And guess what? I have another friend I have to introduce you all to. I have a co-host of the tour here today. And he is also the host of the Tonight Show on NBC. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience. You got the very best guy.
Warren.
And the greatest driver.
Dean.
They're the best. I love that. Even though
Warren.
owes me $5.
Right.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, you all. We have some safety rules to go over before we get going too far. So first, if you need guest assistance, or if you have a medical emergency, or if you drop anything of value off the side of the tram, or if you have any sound or video issues, reach up and pull the red E-cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to pull that red cord above if you need any assistance. The studio is private property, so if you drop your phone, need to use the restroom, pull that cord and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour, and be prepared because our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You want to have your cameras out for great photo opportunities. We keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. And finally, for your safety and those around you, please not use selfie sticks while you are on board. Alright, so we are leaving a theme park behind and we are making our way down to the heart of the working studio. We're 7 days a week, year round. Many talented people are working hard to give us amazing content like TV shows, reality competitions, music videos, commercials, and of course, movies. Welcome to the Universal Timeline. You get a look at some of Universal's highlights throughout the years. These are critically acclaimed films or just simply high-grossing films for that year. And take a look at that Universal logo at the top of the poster. coaster there. You notice how it's changing and evolving as we're making our way down. So Universal Studios has a very rich history that stems all the way back to March 15, 1915. That is our birthday here. That's when our founder, his name is Carl Laemmle, he opened up the gates to Universal Studios and he allowed the public to come in and take a look around and see how their favorite movies and TV shows were being made. And back in those early days, guests were even allowed to hop off the tram and walk around and visit set to set and just taking all the advancements going on in technology at the time. But as we are making our way down, I want you to take a look over here towards your right. You're going to get a look at Fire Station 51. And this is no movie set. This is a real working fire station because Universal City is in fact a real city. And real cities need real fire stations. They keep it safe there. Universal City even has its own sheriff's office, and we have our own zip code, and we refound it with a telegraph's office, a hospital, and a zoo. But over here towards your left, it is hard to miss all this construction going down. We are making way for a brand new roller coaster to hit Universal Studios, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. I am very excited about that. That's expected to open up sometime this summer. It's going to be the fastest roller coaster of any Universal Studios theme park ever. Get up and head over towards the left. You're going to get a look at our first soundstage if you're here today. So what even is a soundstage? A soundstage is basically a huge soundproof warehouse. All of our favorite movies and TV shows that film right inside of it. So soundstage 12 up here. This is our oldest and largest soundstage. It was built in 1928, and it is still amongst the top 10 largest sound stages in the entire world. Let's take a look at just a few productions that are filmed right inside of there. The Voice used to film right inside of Soundstage 12, but they now film over on our backlot over at Soundstages 30 and 31. So we'll take a look at that a little later on. But for now, welcome to the front lot. The front lot is where we house many of our sound stages, dressing rooms, and offices. And we're sort of driving in between the theme park and the studio right now. Towards your right there is a behind-the-scenes look at Super Nintendo World. And then towards your left here is Soundstages 11 and 10. So this has previously been the home to Ted. He did some filming here for the second season of this TV show. We're in March 5th on Peacock. And then up ahead of us, you see some more of our sound stages that were used for the production of Paper.
Hi, Studio Tour! We're here on the lot where we film the paper, which follows our characters' day-to-day lives as employees of a struggling newspaper. It's legal truth telling.
That's right. Unlike many other TV shows, the paper uses multiple cameras and a variety of shot types and movements to give our show a true documentary feel.
Because the camera is always around whenever we're on the set, it's important that we stay in character.
Hey, Oscar, what's your favorite part of working with you?
I wasn't expecting you to ask me. You know what? I love being around talented, wonderful, hilarious people. So that's what we're for Chelsea Fry. How about you, Chelsea? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love waving to the trams.
Oh. Okay. You can probably stop waving now. Yeah?
Make sure you check out the first season of The Paper. It's streaming right now on Peacock. They did a lot of their filming inside of Soundstage 19. That will be up ahead over towards the right pretty soon. But take a look over here towards your left at Soundstage 14. This is another one of our larger sound stages. There's so many productions of film, like Back to the Future, Part 2. Marty McFly's Futuristic Home was built here inside of Soundstage 14. Jurassic Park did a ton of filming here as well. And also a bit more recently, it's been used for Superstore. Wrong clip, here we go.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
Your face stays where it is good.
With Superstore, they could have went to any grocery store across the country to do their filming, but they decided that it's actually a lot easier if they just build their own Superstore right here on our lot, inside of our sound stages here, where you can really cater the space to your production needs. You get to create any environment you need to for a production here inside of these sound stages. But take a look at the head over here towards your right, you all. It's our first ever sign tour here today. It's the Minions. They're saying hello to us from Illumination Entertainment. Illumination Entertainment is a huge production company that is actually stationed right here at Universal Studios. We'll be taking a trip past our offices pretty soon over at our production bungalows. But before that, up ahead over here towards the left, you're going to see our second celebrity sighting of the tour here today. Tons of celebs on the lot. He's been hard at work working on the second season of his TV show. It's the one, the only, Ted. And he is hosting us with his adult beverage because he will help you watch the first season of the show. It's streaming right now on Peacock.
Hi everyone, Seth MacFarlane, and I'm excited to share with you a behind-the-scenes look at my Peacock original pet series. It's a prequel series set in 1993. That means our skilled craftsmen have to build a high school, a house, and even recreate downtown Boston as it looked back in the day using the exterior sets and facades that you're about to see on the tour. But I should warn you, 10 is intended for mature audiences only. So grown-ups, tell the kids to go in the other room before you watch. Oh, come on!
And over here towards your left, you're getting a look at our production bungalows. This is where many talented writers, producers, and directors from all over town have their offices. Jordan Peele had his Monkey Paw production company stationed right over here. They produced all of his films, and also Mark Black Productions. They produced the Wicked movie that took the world by storm for the past couple years, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and Wicked for Good. The second part is going to be available for you to stream on Peacock pretty soon. Then up ahead over here towards the left, you're getting a look at what looks like a regular office building, and there are offices and dressing rooms right in front, but behind are a couple more of our newer sound stages. There's this newer TV show that's been doing filming here. It's called St. Denis Medical. It's a single cam mockumentary style workplace comedy that takes place inside of a hospital. It stars David Allen Greer and Wendy McClendon Covey. The first couple seasons are streaming right now on Peacock, and their third season is going to start starting production here pretty soon.
Like the Avengers, you know?
We're not supposed to have favorite patients, but we do.
I almost don't want to get that.
Alright, you all, we are crossing the threshold onto the backlot though. Over there towards your left, you're getting a quick look at our Metropolitan sets. It's currently closed right now for a production that's been doing some filming over there. But we're going past there once again, so you can take a second look actually, because right now, we're making our way up to Skull Island to have a little bit of fun. So here to tell you all about that is the director of King Kong, it's Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made I saw that movie on TV when I was 8 when I was I like films that just take you away from your real life. Confident goes like you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters, creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Great news, King Kong is ready for us. So let's make sure we're keeping everything inside the tram at all times, remaining seated, and make sure you're holding on to those personal items. It does get a little bumpy ahead. Welcome to Skull Island. 3D. The epic battle we just witnessed was on screens 40 feet tall and 180 feet wide. It was presented to us by our friends at Weta FX. Weta FX earned their 7th Academy Award for the visual effects work on Avatar, The Way of Water. But they give us so many other amazing films like Avengers Endgame and the Black Panther films, and they're also nominated for their latest Oscar for the visual effects work on Avatar, Fire and Ash.
The screen represents the screen this team uses away. The reading creation about 15 minutes ago. And that feature information that number of pixels because then you went to the hell of a line.
Alright, so we are venturing further into the backlot right now. As we're making our way here, pretty soon all the way up ahead over towards the right, you're going to get a look at this huge, amazing mural of our monster movies. Monster movies are a huge part of Universal's history. We'll be talking about it a bit more later on in the tour here today. But this is created by a local artist. His name is Tristan Eden, and he made the entire thing using spray paint.
An instrumental part of the process of designing these murals was getting to go to the Universal Archive. Going there, I got to see the first set of props from the movies, photos from magazines, original illustrations from those video posters, all the stuff. I had an early affection for movie monsters. I was always fascinated by the magic behind making movies. But I fell in love with zombie movies and monster movies as a young kid. My world that I come from is skateboarding, graffiti, comic books. You always have to pay homage to where that art form started. And for me, it started getting stuff in the street legally.
Over here towards your left, over on sound stages 30 and 31, is the new home of The Voice. They're gearing up for their 29th season on NBC and Peacock. And then right next door over on sound stages 32 and 33, that's where voice coach Reba McEntire works overtime because this is where she films her sitcom Happy's Place.
Hey there, I'm Reba McEntire and welcome to Happy's Place. We shoot our heartfelt comedy right here on Universal Live. Now, unlike most TV shows, we are a multi-camera sitcom, meaning several cameras capture every scene from a different angle all at the same time. Each episode takes about a week to make, from the first read-through of the script to rehearsals to taping in front of a live studio audience. And let me tell you, every step is a blast. Enjoy the ride and we'll see you at Happy's Place. Yoo-hoo! Homes start to shrink, but the men are the ones who's supposed to ask the women that. That hasn't been true for 30 years. I haven't dated in 30 years.
Happy's Place, Friday on NBC and Peacock.
So from the 1920s to the 1950s, Universal Studios became known as the Monster Movie Studios. These films really were our bread and butter back in those days. They helped us out tremendously during the Great Depression. Films like Dracula, Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, and The Mummy, all those movies were born right over here in Little Europe. Welcome to Little Europe, you all. So some of you may know Little Europe to be Genovia from Princess Diaries 2, starring Anne Hathaway, Julie Andrews, and also Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella has filmed here, starring Brandy and Whitney Houston, but a bit more recently, you may know Little Europe to be The Good Place.
Eleanor Shell Struck are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, I've never ever seen this.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
It's not all that bad. Is the bad place.
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
And as we're making our way here up ahead over towards the right pretty soon, we're going to get a look at the big open space right up here. This is called the Court of Miracles. So going back to those monster movies, it was the home to so many of those films.
It's just faded, so it's like 2 years now.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
The Mummy.
The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera.
The passengers seat and the road turned around and saw them. And then I see the drivers like totally faded out.
That to me was like the essence of the universe.
The die in the seat.
Mesmerized by that. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now. We love them.
Dracula was released on Valentine's Day in 1931, and there was so much anticipation building up to the release of this film that they decided to film two versions. They filmed an English and a Spanish version. So during the day, all the English-speaking actors and crew members, they will come in and do their scenes, and then after they wrapped at night, the Spanish-speaking actors and crew members, they would then come in and do their scenes on the same exact sets. And so many fans of the film and film historians, they really do prefer the Spanish version because stylistically it's very different and it just sounds really cool in Spanish. When you think about it, they had so many advantages over the morning crew because they got to see what worked and what didn't work during the day. And they film at night, so it had much more of a mysterious kind of vibe to it. And they also wore the same exact costumes. And I actually have a clip from both of those films. Take a look. So earlier on the tour here today, when we were over on the front line, you remember us going past our production bungalows. It's where we saw Ted. A lot of those writers, producers, and directors all have their offices right up there. Well, there was one very special production bungalow I didn't really have the time to mention, but as we sit here in a traffic jam, I do have some time to mention it. It was a 5195 building, and it used to actually belong to Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock is one of the most prolific horror filmmakers of his day. He's given us films like The Birds, Vertigo, and of course Psycho was filmed right here on our lot, and he really helped modernize the horror genre after these monster movies.
Lou said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum.
Very exciting. Just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office. Hitchcock has influenced every director. I saw Hitchcock once walking around the commissary.
Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lot. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respect him. He really understood fear and terror.
The Birds? That was a really scary movie.
Birds? Oh, man. It had me looking at crows like for the next 10 years.
Psycho, of course. Vertigo. One of the all-time great masterpieces. Hitchcock was master.
diners. We included. One time I took a drink that said Lisa on it from a coffee place. I know my name's not Lisa.
You are a bad girl. Stop the trap!
That clip from Will and Grace there was actually filmed inside of a soundstage over on Soundstage 26 that we passed a little earlier in the tour. That's where St. Denis Medical currently films now. What they did is they took a tram, just like the one that we were on, they placed it inside of the soundstage, and they actually filmed that in front of a green screen. So to get that backdrop of our back lot, they actually did have someone drive through and do a little recording to get that background of that clip right there. And just like with our sound stages, the same thing goes right here on our back lot, everywhere on our back lot. You're really able to cater the space to your production needs. So we've had many productions come out and do the craziest stunts. If you're familiar with Hobbs and Shaw from the Fast franchise, they had a crazy car chase scene that they filmed over in our Metropolitan sets. And also if you're familiar with the film The Blues Brothers, it takes place in Chicago, and there's a crazy car chase scene in that movie that they decided to film over here on our back lot because they just had to do some things to the streets you just wouldn't really be able to do in Chicago.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, you're not a good idea.
When people ask me, of all the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying, the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, trained with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's Guest because just you walk in anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing, we couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him. We saw a light on in this one house, knocked on the door.
I said, sir, we're doing a movie down here. We're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago. He's sleeping. He was America's Guest. I mean, literally that.
All right, you all, now is a great time to let you know our tour is now approximately at the halfway mark. So again, just a reminder to everyone to remain seated during the entire tour. The studio's private property, and if you drop your phone or need to use the restroom, just pull that cord to get my attention and I'll be with you. But do remain seated on the tram. All right, guys, we are still making our way through this traffic. We're gonna get going here pretty soon, I promise. But in the meantime, while we wait, I'm just gonna play some behind the scenes footage of some really cool stunt work. But keep in mind that this is all done in a controlled environment where it's safe to do this kind of work. So, I don't want to say too much, but we are in front of Soundstage 50. We're going to see if they have some time to let us in here. They had to turn some trams away, so we're going to see if they have some time to let us in here. But this is a real movie set in here, everyone. They've been filming a movie all last week, and then they took a break for the weekend, and they actually decided to let some trams come inside and take a look around, see what they've been working on. So we're just going to wait and see if that red light turns green and if those doors are going to open for us. But in the meantime, let's just take a look at some of the magic that you can really make inside of these sound stages.
have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Warren.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
It's not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Hello.
Yes?
Have a bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we are not disturbed for any reason.
That was great.
That was great. That was great.
All right, you all, looks like we have gained access into Soundstage 50. So like I said, this is a real movie set in here, so just remember to keep that in mind. You definitely want to remain seated in here, don't want to drop anything, all that good stuff. Let's check it out.
Nice.
So this is really cool. It looks like we're in a subway station in San Francisco. And check out all the set design, all the props and everything. It can take weeks and weeks to build up a huge, elaborate set like this, only for it to get in one scene in the movie. I don't really know what movie they'll be making in here. I do know it's an action film, probably with some big names attached to it. You know, they're usually pretty tight-lipped about those things. If it's a really big production, they try to keep things under wraps. They don't even tell us the title of the film that they're making usually. So what they'll do is they'll give us a code name that we have to use on the studio tour, but we are not allowed to say what the real title of the film is. I guess they just don't want anything to leak to the press or anything like that. But yeah, you also, welcome to San Francisco. Sorry about that, everyone. Just a small tremor happens all the time here in California, right? Whoa. Survived Earthquake, the big one. Earthquake originally opened up to the studio tour in 1989. It was completely shut down and renovated a couple years back. Everything in there brought us to the 21st century. It takes about 20 seconds for everything in there to reset for the next trailer time. But alright, as you all are recovering from that, we are now about to turn onto Steven Spielberg Drive. And Steven Spielberg recently just hit a huge milestone in his career. His film Jaws turned 50 years old this past summer. So I figured it's a lovely day. Why not take a trip to the beach? We're going to Amity Island. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. Okay, there is one thing I should probably tell you, though. I have a receipt for it. That there is a killer shark on the loose out here, you all. But don't worry, my buddy George, he's been out here checking up on things. So we're just going to check up on George and make sure everything's going all right. Oh, look, there's George. Celebrity sighting of the tour today, everyone. It is the critically acclaimed shark Bruce from the film Jaws. Okay, this is not the real shark they use in the movie. It's just one of my favorite actors, here on the lot, but our mechanical shark Bruce here actually works, right? Unlike the mechanical shark Bruce that they tried to use on the set of Jaws, that one did not really work out too well. Here's Steven Spielberg to tell you a bit more about that.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, it had the biggest effect. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Jaws has an amazing display of practical effects. Think about it. Nothing in this movie is computer generated. They didn't have that kind of technology in 1975. Take Rain, for example. Rain is another great example of a practical effect. It makes comedies funnier, dramas more dramatic, the romantic scenes that much more romantic. It can really help set the scene. So, as we're making our way into Old Mexico right now, we are going to be setting a scene for ourselves. That's right, you all. We're gonna make it rain. So, we got our thunder, we got our lightning. All we need is a little bit of rain, excuse me. Hey, you guys out there, can I get some rain, please? Thank you. Now, if you're trying to capture the rain on your phone here, it might be a little hard showing up. In the movies even, they have to use a special lighting. They light the rain on both ends so it comes out properly on camera. Yep. Pretty cool. All right, well, I think we've seen enough. All right, you guys, you can go ahead and cut the rain now. Thank you. Hey, you guys, can we cut the rain, please? Come on. Don't embarrass me. Oh, wait. No, you guys. I said, can we cut the rain? Not more water. Okay, everyone take cover. We got a flash flood. Flash Flood is our oldest attraction here on the backlot. It opened up to the studio tour in 1968. But we're going to do another quick trip past Jaws Lake here again. Make sure you get any last minute pictures you didn't get the first time. Our Jaws attraction here opened up in 1976, a year after the movie premiered. And actually before fire got added to the attraction in 2001, the tram used to tilt towards the lake when Bruce the Shark will come out to say hi to you.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a greater circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical truck that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
All right, we are making our way up to Suburbia right now. We're turning onto our Colonial Street, but if we have any Desperate Housewives fans on board today, welcome to Wisteria Lane.
This is good for a price.
Aside from Desperate Housewives, we've had so many other amazing productions come out to Colonial Street and do filming. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the 1989 film The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks. That filmed right here on Colonial back in the day, but that recently got revamped into a TV series called The Burbs. It stars Keke Palmer and other amazing actors. That's streaming right now on Peacock. That filmed right here on Colonial this past summer. Check it out.
Welcome to Ashfield Place, the safest town in America. So, what's the deal with that Victorian museum? There have been whispers of murder. Which one of us is the murderer? So are we gonna go in?
Do white ladies love salads? Hell yeah, we're going in.
All right, you all, we're making our way back onto Steven Spielberg Drive here. It's one of our longer streets here on the backlot. And as we all know, Steven Spielberg is obviously a very talented, award-winning filmmaker, but did you know that long before his career started, he got to start right here at Universal Studios in a different kind of way?
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
We have about 15 minutes left of the tour here today. Everyone will be returning to the theme park shortly. So again, just a reminder to remain seated and pull that emergency cord if you need any assistance. But coming up here around the corner, I have some really cool picture cars to show you. A picture car is basically any mode of transportation that you might see on your screen. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a car. It can be a bike, a boat, a bus, a plane, or a tram. As long as it's on the screen, it is deemed a picture car. But it is time to turn the page here because we are checking into the Bates Motel from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
We all go on a little mad sometimes.
Okay. Look, everyone, it's Norman Bates. Hey, Norman. Okay. All right, everyone. Full transparency here. This Norman Bates guy is a very strange character, a very weird individual. So just keep that in mind here. But anyway, welcome to the Bates Motel, you all. So this is from Alfred Hitchcock, his 1960 film Psycho. Said to be one of his most critically acclaimed. Okay. Don't worry, everyone. It looks like he's just helping someone to her car and putting her in the wrong seat. We have seen something we have no business being a part of. I really think it's best that we just go ahead and continue on with the tour here today. Okay, he sees us. Everyone just be cool. No sudden movements. We'll get out of here nice and smooth. No harm, no foul. Okay. All right, that's a knife. That's a knife. Children, cover your eyes. We're getting out of here. I am so sorry about this, you all. Norman, we didn't see anything, buddy. We're just going to continue on with the tour here. Sorry to disturb you. All right. Hey, car 4, just be careful back there. He does like to go after that car. I am so sorry if we lose anyone. Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's just continue on here. Bye, Norman. We're making our way up to that Psycho house so you can get a closer look. This house has been seen in all Psycho films, including the original. All exterior scenes were filmed right here at the house, while interior scenes done inside of our sound stages. Alright, we're leaving all that mess behind because I have to show you one of the largest and most devastating film sets ever created. It's from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Steven. You just sit down and talk about it. I thought, what if it's right? Because it's just something you don't say. You're doing good.
There's Simon says right there.
Down close?
Oh, old Apple. Old Apple computer.
Bobby, get in. Get in.
Yes, this is a real 747 airplane right here. Took them about 4.5 weeks to build up the entire crash site scene, only for it to get 4 minutes of screen time in the entire film, believe it or not. And in that clip that we just saw, we saw a very young Dakota Fanning. Steven Spielberg actually had her blindfolded before filming that scene, so she wouldn't be able to see any of this wreckage beforehand because he wanted to capture her genuine reaction on camera, and that's what we got to see in the movie. And here at Universal, we are known for working with many talented filmmakers like Steven Spielberg, Alfred Hitchcock, and more recently, Jordan Peele. He's given us amazing films like Get Out, Us, and his latest film, Nope, which is sort of an exploration into what a UFO attack might be like.
What's up, Studio Tour? I'm Kiki Palmer from Jordan Peele's film, Nope. What's a bad miracle? Well, you'll have to see our movie to answer that one. Until then, I hope you enjoy your visit to Jupiter's Clay.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience, built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center. What's the matter? Welcome to the world of no.
Sometimes what makes a film so scary is what you can't see. If you have any questions about what you just witnessed, I really think you should check out No. But that is actually going to conclude the studio tour for today, everyone. We're making our way back to the theme park. But I do just want to thank each and every one of you for hopping on board the tram here today. And just a reminder to make sure you downloaded that Universal Studios Hollywood app, where you can confirm the park is closed at 9 p.m. tonight. You can check on show times for Waterworld, wait times on rides and attractions, and get details for visiting Super Nintendo World. And to stay up to date with everything regarding our new roller coaster, Fast and Furious Hollywood trip, make sure you follow us on our socials.
Time to rock and roll. Bring your noise. What do you have on here?
So this is a blues riff from B. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. She can go with it down the rain. She knows how to shake that thing down. You know you make me wanna.
Oh my gosh, look at her.
Thank you so much and good night.
Let me tell you something, Paige.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, they're rolling through. Let's start over.
The other day I saw a Labrador retriever with a paw.
All right, you all, welcome back. Anyway, I'll just make sure you're grabbing everything you came on board with. Definitely wouldn't want anyone leaving anything behind. You can go ahead and throw those 3D glasses right in the bins there as you're exiting as well. And just remember to remain seated until those tram gates are open for you. Once again, our amazing driver's name is Dean, and my name is Warren. And we hope you all enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Bye-bye.